Hello everyone, my name is Infinity and this is Magnetize Yourself, where we talk about life, love, spirituality, and of course, the law of attraction. Today we're going to be talking about how to get your ex back in 21 days using the law of attraction. This technique is extremely powerful, and it doesn't work by changing the things you say or even really the things you do. It works so effectively because truly it's only working on one thing: you, your energy, your vibration, and most importantly, the signal you're sending out to your ex through the thoughts that you're thinking. This technique has worked for dozens and dozens of people, and it will work for you too if you follow all the steps carefully. Especially step number 2. Pay close attention to that step. Now, I call these steps, but really I think it would be better to think of them as keys. Keys that fit together to form what you could think of as one master key. And this master key is going to unlock the door to a new relationship with your ex. Why do I call it a new relationship? Well, because if you've recently experienced a breakup, the relationship you've had with your ex is in the past. It's gone. And I'm sure that leaves you with a lot of grief and heartbreak, especially if you're still in love with your ex. But there's good news. It's actually a good thing that that previous relationship is gone, because it has cleared the space for a brand new relationship with your ex that can be 1,000 times better. If you're still in love with your ex, think about it. Do you really want just a relationship with them? When we love a person, we don't just want to be in a relationship for a short period of time. We don't want a fling. We want to create a future together. Through this technique, you're laying the energetic groundwork to create a bright, beautiful, passionate, loving future with your ex. Some of these steps may seem a little counterintuitive to you, but don't let that keep you from following them in a spirit of faith. I'll explain the reasoning for the steps that may or may not quite make sense to you. And I promise, if you put all these keys together, your energy will shift in a powerful way. And as a result of this shift, your ex will be drawn back into your life. Remember, I always say on this channel, law of attraction is a pull energy, not a push. And we'll get into more specifics on how to apply that concept to getting your ex back a little later on in the keys. Let's get right into key number 1, how to get your ex back with the law of attraction. Key number 1 is to reconnect with yourself first. The most important relationship you'll ever have in your life is the relationship you have with yourself. If you have a healthy, loving, strong relationship with yourself, you will attract strong, loving, supportive relationships with others. And on the other hand, when we experience turmoil in our relationships with others, which you likely experienced with your ex, which probably led to the breakup in the first place, that turmoil is an indication that we have an unhealthy relationship with ourselves. In fact, it's much more an indication of the quality of the relationship with ourselves than it is of that relationship with the other person. When you shift your relationship to yourself, your relationships to others will also shift. And if your ex has broken up with you and has seemingly left your life, the very first step to take in order to get them back is actually to turn inward and heal and mend the relationship you have with you. There are many ways to go about doing this, and many of these techniques to cultivate a self-relationship fall under the umbrella of self-care, whatever that means to you. Because we each have different love languages, and when we think of love languages, we so often think of what we need from other people. Very rarely do we apply our own love language to ourselves. So let's say you're a words of affirmation person. Instead of trying to explain your love language to others and trying to get other people to love you by affirming you through words, begin by affirming yourself through words. So often we'll say our love language is words of affirmation, but then we'll speak so unkindly to ourselves. You are deserving of your own love. Maybe you've forgotten that, and maybe your breakup with your ex has made you feel even more unworthy of love. But you are so worthy of all the love in the universe, particularly and most importantly, you are worthy of love from yourself. Speak kindly to you, not just when people are listening, but more importantly, when you're alone. And even when you're just speaking to yourself through your own thoughts. Sometimes the kindest people with the biggest hearts treat themselves the most abusively. They turn all their love outward and treat others with so much love and kindness. They affirm others, and yet they berate and belittle themselves. And then they wonder why it is that they're giving so much love and not attracting enough of it back. The reason is simple. They're outwardly sending love to others, but they're not radiating that love on the inside. They're not giving it to themselves. So because they aren't feeling their own love, they aren't truly capable of radiating a powerful, loving signal out into all the universe, which becomes a magnetic force to attract love back from others. If you're not a words of affirmation person, maybe your love language is touch. If this is you, you need to find ways to physically comfort your body through indulging in going to get a professional massage or taking a hot bath. Do something that soothes your body, because that is how your soul registers love. If you are a gift-giving person, buy yourself something nice. Choose to invest in yourself by spending for yourself. So often, gift-giving people will be so willing to give and give and give to other people. They would buy anything for anyone. They would give money to anyone. But they never indulge themselves. They never give back to themselves. And this is so key to attracting the love we desire in life. So whatever it is, find a way to care for yourself. Another way to engage in self-care, and maybe the most important of all, is to identify what matters most to you and invest in that thing, in those ideas, in those goals. Whether it's a hobby, a business idea, getting into the best shape of your life, eating healthier, meditating every day, doing yoga. We all have these ideas in the back of our mind, ideas of how we could better ourselves in a way that makes us feel more fulfilled. But so often we leave these things on some distant to-do list in our mind. We get so caught up in the day-to-day rush that we neglect the very most important thing. We invest time in others, in a job, in our families and friendships, which are all important. But we forget to invest in the most important thing, our own goals, our own dreams. I would go so far as to say, if you're going through a breakup, invest in yourself first during this time. Give yourself the best of you. This means when you wake up in the morning, instead of immediately rushing around and giving to a job, giving to other people, create space for yourself to progress toward your own personal goals, hobbies, dreams, interests. Engaging in self-care through personal progress on goals that matter to us is one of the best ways to get your ex back. And again, I know this sounds very counterintuitive so far, but stay with me. The goal of all these self-care practices, reconnecting with yourself, is to clear your vibration, because if you've recently gone through a breakup, it's inevitable that you are standing in the middle of a hurricane of negative emotions. Psychologists say that when we experience a breakup, the same pain receptors fire in our brain that fire when we break a bone. It makes sense though, doesn't it? Because in some ways you could say that the energetic bonds we create with others are as much vital to our existence as our organs, our blood, our bones. They keep us going. Another way to engage in self-care and reconnect with yourself is actually to lean more on the loving connections you do have in your life. I get the feeling a lot of you listening are the type of person who is always giving emotionally and mentally to others. You're the one people go to for advice. You're the one always listening to other people's struggles because you're highly empathic. You're intuitive. You can sense and understand what they're feeling and give them advice from that space. But during this time, it's so important that you allow yourself to lean on those people for once. Allow yourself to vent your feelings and emotions, get them out, and then indulge in those loving, energetic connections, relationships that you still have in your life. Often, when we go through a breakup, because we're experiencing loneliness, and any emotion has the tendency to build momentum. So this loneliness causes us to make ourselves more lonely through isolation. It's very important in order to ultimately get your ex back. Right now, you need to open yourself up to connections in your life. And once you feel more stable and grounded and positive, even consider opening your heart to completely new connections. One of the best ways to get your ex back with the law of attraction, ironically, is to actually open your heart to new love connections. Open yourself to the idea of dating again, dating even other people just for fun, meeting new people. Allow those love energies to build within your being. All of this put together will shift your energy from negative to positive, and that's a very important first step for any of these other keys to work. Once you feel that your vibration is positive and you're in a better headspace, you're ready to begin using specific law of attraction-based techniques to energetically build the foundation for your new relationship with your ex. The reason I say this technique will help you get your ex back in 21 days isn't because that's an exact time frame. Some people use this technique and almost immediately, within hours or days, their ex texts them and wants to get back together. For other people, it could take longer, it could take months. I say 21 days because research has shown this is the amount of time our brain needs to form a new habit loop. These habit loops are important because it means that a new thought has become concrete in our mind. In this case, we are trying to build a new habit loop around this new idea, this new visualization of a new relationship with our ex. And as we know by the law of attraction, when you can really solidify that visualization of something you want in your mind and hold it and feel it and see it and experience it before it shows up, that's the moment it shows up. So how we're going to do this is the first thing I want you to do is completely withdraw your energy from your ex. This is something you should start doing right now as you're watching this video. When I say withdraw your energy, I mean do not contact them. Don't text them. Don't call them. Don't accidentally bump into them places you know they normally go. But this also means don't actively block them on social media. Don't tell them you're going to block them or not talk to them, because whether you're forcefully texting, calling all the time, trying to contact them, or you're getting angry, blocking them, telling them you're not going to talk to them anymore. These sound like opposite things, but they're actually equivalent in their energetic frequency. Whether you're actively trying to show them you don't care, or you're actively trying to show them desperately that you do care, in both cases, you are repelling them through your energy. So for now, maintain a neutral energy. This means, like I said, no calling, no texting. This also means no stalking their social media profiles, because whenever you check your ex's social media, look through their pictures, their statuses, try to see what they're up to or if they've moved on, every time you do this, your ex can actually sense your energy hovering over them like a heaviness, and it will repel them even further. So when I say withdraw your energy, I mean do everything you can not to wonder about them, not to think about them, not to check their social media, not to contact them. Once you've withdrawn your energy, what you need to do instead, in place of all that obsessiveness, set aside a time every day, preferably right when you wake up in the morning and right before you go to sleep at night, because these are the times when your subconscious mind is wide open and most impressionable. And it's really the subconscious mind that is the powerhouse of manifestation. So during these 2 blocks of time, set aside just 15 or 20 minutes. And I want you to sit on the floor or in a chair, close your eyes, steady your breathing, completely clear and cleanse your mind and your energy. Personally, I love doing this by listening to subliminal affirmations tracks. Subliminals are designed to help you clear and shift your energy in this way. I've actually created a very powerful subliminal designed specifically to help you manifest your ex back in your life. This subliminal works by essentially opening an energetic line of communication between you and your ex. You can check that out by looking in the description box. There will be a link to that particular subliminal, and if you click that link, you can actually explore more of what you can expect by listening to this audio track. As you're meditating, I want you to completely let go of all the past energy you have with your ex, because if you've dated someone and then broken up, there is a lot of past energy. There's a lot of history there. Like I said, you need to bury that relationship in order to reconnect with them, in order to get them back. I want you to focus all your creative power, your entire mind, emotions, on what a new, better relationship with your ex would feel like. I say feel because it's truly our feelings that create change in our lives. Visualize yourself with your ex and be as specific in these visualizations as possible. I find it best to imagine very specific scenes, like going on a date to the movies with your ex or stargazing with them under the stars. Be very specific, and most importantly, you will know when you've had an effective visualization because you will begin to actually feel emotional. So if you feel overwhelmed by love for your ex or overwhelmed by excitement for this coming relationship, that's how you know you're done visualizing for that moment, because you have really set the energy in motion. Now, the third key is perhaps the most important of all, and it is let go and trust the universe. You are a limitless, creative being. You can create anything, including a new relationship with your ex. But all the law of attraction techniques in the world, all the positive thinking in the world will do you no good without faith. Whatever you connect to, God, spirit guides, a higher self, angels, connect with what you consider to be the divine forces guiding the universe, guiding you. And trust that these forces are working in your favor to bring your ex back into your life in the perfect way and at the perfect time. Thank you so much for listening to this podcast. If you'd like more information on how to manifest your ex back into your life, I would definitely check out my blog post at the bottom of the description box. This blog post goes into much further detail on all of these processes and also includes several visuals that you may find useful in helping you manifest a new relationship with your ex. Thank you so much for joining me here on this channel. Please subscribe if I resonated with you. You can also follow me on Instagram at Magnetize Yourself. And be sure to check out my sister website, soundandsoulful.com, where I have 113 powerful subliminals you can use to shift your energy and manifest anything into your life. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you again in the next podcast.